Use the Poppy Field and Lab location mobile apps and viewers. Basically, there's three mini apps. Basically, the first one is the voting or survey tool that can be it's meant to be run in an iPad or an Android. So just point a browser to this URL. You can make a QR code for users to use to make it easier. And all they do is select up here whether they want to place an observation of a field, and we can zoom in and make that a little bit more accurate. Once we put it down, we can just kind of move it around, or maybe we have a lab report of here's where a heroin processing lab is. We put another field in there by clicking here. The thing to launch is the second thing to launch is the viewer app that shows a heat map of previous entries, and these anything that's in red in the last 5 minutes are votes that are submitted. So you'll see here now when we come in and submit this guy's opinion, maybe we'll change the confidence here and make this a National Guard member, and if I submit this, you'll see that those votes are, this page is automatically updating, and again this can be running on a different computer, so that's a nice way to show kind of that real-time updates. Another thing to note here is as I move, we have another feature here for the third view, which is this Google Earth view. So if you click on that, and you can ignore, you'll get an API warning that you don't have the key. That's just because our domain name's a little bit different here. You'll get this key. Go ahead and just click through that. We can clean that up later. And so basically, once this is an intent to say, well, what if we had a request for a bird-eyes view of a particular area or a UAV, or more interestingly to us is if you had, say, a kid out. How can you request from citizens imagery from a certain location, so from their phones. So if you notice as maybe we wanted to kind of look in on this area, one of the ways you can do that is moving this blue dot around here. So if I move this blue dot here in this application, you'll notice it actually this view is actually listening in to anywhere that someone is requesting kind of surveillance. So if we click on here, this automatically then just flies to that position. And it's kind of interesting too that if you kind of look over time of the conference, this heat map of where people really did think the poppy fields are, some of it's a bunch of test data too, so it's kind of bogus to some degree. However, kind of in these tight spaces, if you kind of look in this in the Kandahar, especially Helmand province area, and we kind of zoom in on this area and see what that looks like in Google Earth, you really see, those are poppy fields. You don't necessarily see that they're poppy fields from here, but definitely, strong agricultural use. But in the UN reports, you can also see this is where they've done eradication in the past. So definitely poppy activity going on there. So that's just a kind of a quick overview of how these tools work together, and give me any feedback. We'll probably clean up some of the interface a little bit tomorrow. Another thing to notice too, just as kind of as one person moves their view here, you'll notice that this thing is updating over here, even though it's at a different scale. It's moving its position on the map as the Google Earth is moving around. So that's kind of demonstrating the publication subscription model that we're using is kind of on the back end. And that's it. Thank you.